Hello everyone, and welcome to my 1,000 subscriber special. I want to thank every single one of you subscribers out there so fucking much for subscribing, because 1,000 subs was my all-time goal. That was like, if I ever reached that, that would be awesome. I almost can't believe I'm here. I know for a lot of people it's not a lot, but for me it really is. I mean, to me it's kind of insane that many people want to see my shit inconsistent content. So thank you so much to everyone. This Q&A is a little bit delayed, but I had COVID, so that's why. In this Q&A, I have a total of 38 questions to answer from several different people. Some people have asked more than one question. I will go through all of their questions before moving on to the next person. We're gonna start off with Drafts Manualist, who asks, what is your favorite coaster you've built in both Planet Coaster and No Limits 2? My favorite coaster in Planet Coaster I made was Bloody Diamond. It was the last coaster I ever built, and it's simply because that's the one I'm the most proud of. I think it's the one where I got the luckiest with the elements and the shaping, and I'm really satisfied with the layout. My favorite No Limits coaster is Blazing Dragon. I just got so lucky with a lot of the shaping, because sometimes it's not just being good, sometimes you really just get lucky with the shaping, and I think I did that there on a lot of the things. So I'm very happy with that coaster. I am incredibly satisfied. What is your name and how old are you? My name is Niklas, not Nicholas, but Niklas, but a lot of people just call me Nick because that's easier, and I am currently 21 years old. That also brings us into the next question by Villas Byrne, who asks, how old do you think you look? And haha, that's very funny. I have a baby face. I think I look maybe 16 to 17. To some people, I might look 3. I don't fucking know. Would you rather drink 4 liters of your own piss or 1 liter of a stranger's piss? I think I would choose my own. I know it's a lot more, but I don't know, I feel more comfortable with that, I guess. What is your favorite Mario song? It's probably the overall theme from the new Super Mario Bros. Video game, the classic on the Nintendo DS. What is your favorite airtime moment? I'm really not sure, it's hard for me to pick, but I think it might be the first drop on Phoenix. It is just very sustained, and it is hard ejector airtime. Favorite positives moment? Well, my favorite moment of Positive Forces was easily, without any comparison, Vertigo, but if you want something that still operates, it'll probably be the double loops of Shaman in Garland. What is your favorite lateral moment? I think that's probably the first or the third of the small switchbacks on Wildemusen, those really quick ones, because they're super brutal and very hard in the lateral forces. Moving on to, I will Falcon kick your mom. Thank you. What are the nearing parks you plan to get to? I'm a little unsure what you mean by nearing parks, if it's park I plan to go in the future or parks nearby, but since the parks I plan to go in the future comes later, I'm just gonna answer nearby parks. And I guess pretty much just all the Nordic parks, you know, Liseberg, Skara Sommerland, Kolmården, Tusenfryd, Linnanmäki, Särkänniemi, and Powerland. It's a little hard for me to judge what parks are nearby. I guess I want to go to England as well, and of course more parks in Germany, Netherlands, Belgium. There are so many out there, Poland as well, of course. And it also brings us into the next question, which is, what parks are on your agenda for 2022 and beyond? Well, this year I've actually planned the biggest year for me ever in regards to roller coasters. In early July, I plan to go on a road trip with Villas Byrne and Floortamin. We're going to be hitting Walibi Holland, Plopsaland Japan, Walibi Belgium, as well as Fantasialand. I've never even tried visiting more than 2 new parks in 1 year, and that was last year, so this is going to be huge, especially because just a week and a half after that, I'm also going to Disneyland Paris. I might only visit one of their 2 parks, but I hope to visit both, and there's also a slight chance I might also visit Frepetouille City, which is the place in France with Timber Drop, but that is also a small chance, so don't count on that. And also, at the end of the year, maybe sometime during the fall, I might also hit up Liseberg for the first time. That has been on the schedule for years, but I've still not gotten there, and it's still not certain this year because it depends on a lot of things. Otherwise than that, I plan to go to Finland and England, and again, some more parks in Germany and definitely Poland. Those are like the next things on the to-do list. It also brings us into the next question, which is, what will your first RMC be? And since we're going to Walibi Holland, it will be Untamed. That is literally one of the next few credits I'm gonna get, which is fucking exciting. Where does Grönalund and Tivolifriheden rank on your list of parks? Well, out of 14 parks I've been to so far, not including traveling fairs and zoos, Grönalund is my 3rd favorite park, and Friheden is my number 12 park. Do you ever think any coaster will top Kärnan for you? Well, I don't expect it. I don't dare to expect it because of how blown away I was by Kärnan. Some coasters definitely have a chance, I think, like Velocicoaster, for example, but again, I will never expect anything to beat Karen for me. Moving on to CHX Law. I don't know how to pronounce your name, buddy, but how much of a gap is there between Novgorod and Phoenix, as well as Karanan regarding intensity? Well, the thing is, Karanan crushes them both. Karanan is easily more intense than both of them. So when it comes to Novgorod and Phoenix, Novgorod is overall more intense, definitely, there's no doubts there. But Phoenix offers a lot more of a complete package and just generally more in regards to the layout. Novgorod also has the theme, and honestly, I really think it could boost up my rankings next time I write it. But yeah, Phoenix, while it's not more intense, I like the layout better. Do you plan to go for it and see if you can live off YouTube? No, I don't. And I never plan on living off of it. This is very much a hobby for me. What do you do outside of YouTube? Well, I study marketing at a university. I have a part-time job on the side. Otherwise, I just chill, hang out with friends, I play video games, I get drunk, visit theme parks, of course. And that also brings us to the next question, which is by I Make Coasters, who asked, what do you do outside of writing coasters? And, well, that's just been answered. I live a pretty normal life outside of this, I think. He also asks, what is my #1 coaster? And that is Der Schwurteskanon at Hansa Park. He also wants to know, who is that red-haired loon? Well, he is a weird son of Bigfoot thing that I found in the woods at some point, and he just keeps sticking around, probably because I feed him. I take very good care of him. He's a very good pet. He's a little annoying sometimes, but you know, I mean, I'm just trying to keep him alive. What coaster is #1 on your bucket list? That's gotta be Velocicoaster. Just looks like the perfect complete experience. Authentic asks, how would you go about adding scenery to rides? Just compact foliage. I want it to not be too open unless it's very themed that way. Buildings, just make it very immersive. I love when you can't see a lot and it's very like hidden. Lots of head choppers as well with trees. Something very much like Ulven at Bakken. Just make it immersive and fit the theme. Lots of trees, lots of bushes, lots of foliage. DJB Coasters ask, what is your favorite theme park soundtrack? It is very hard for me to choose things like this because it very much depends on what mood I'm in, but I think overall it's gotta be Terran's Forces of Earth theme. That thing is insanely epic. DJB Coasters and Eric Thomason asked, what interests/hobbies do you have outside of theme parks? I'm very much into movies. I rank movies as well, just like coasters. I love watching new movies, and I mean, I've seen over 700 by now. I used to also really like Formula 1 and generally just cars. I love driving. I'm very much into history and culture, but I don't really have any hobbies outside of this right now. It's very much just, this is my hobby, then I have school and work, and then I just chill otherwise. I used to draw a lot. I used to scuba dive as well, so those were some fun things I once did. Who's your favorite musical artist? Again, it keeps changing. I really don't know. It used to be Queen, but I think right now it might be Chris Stapleton, who is a country musician. Don't sleep on him. It's country, but it's really fucking good. Besides theme parks, what is the best and worst thing about Denmark? That's a very good question, because to me, Denmark just has so many pros, but we certainly also have cons. I guess I could say the best thing is all the governmental help we get. We get help with money. We even get paid to study in a lot of places. I'm personally getting paid for taking an education right now. There's extremely good healthcare here, which also means, of course, the taxes are high, but you get a lot of things out of it, and generally just a lot of things to help you get through life here. Now, those are some of the more standard things. Of course, we all know that the actual best thing about Denmark is this TV character called John Dilleman, who is an absolute giga chad. I mean, who else can take their giant striped dick and use it as a helicopter? Come on. The worst thing about Denmark might be how expensive it is. It's not the most expensive. It's not like Iceland, for example, but it is very expensive to be here and to live here and generally get everything done, which is also why you get a lot of that help on the side. And housing can also be a pain. It is not easy to find a place to live here at all. Not for a student, not for a regular adult. That generally is a challenge. But of course, the actual worst thing about Denmark is the fact that the Swedes think that Skåne is part of Sweden, but it's actually part of Denmark. Stop pretending it's not. DJB Coasters also wants to know, what is my favorite animal? And my favorite animal used to be the tiger, but I think now it's actually the North American red fox. Check out Save a Fox if you haven't. They have a lot of fox videos. They are a fox rescue facility. You can donate to them and help them there. And they just have a lot of cute foxes. I fell in love with foxes just watching their videos, honestly, because they are fucking adorable. What is the context behind the super intense meme?
It's super intense.
Well, that is from a vlog that Villas Burn made back in May of 2019 when we were in Jers Summerland. It was after our very last rides on the day. I went to ride Tian for the very first time, and then we went around a second time because there was no line. It was end of the day, so they asked us, do you want to ride again? We did, so that's how I got incredibly fucking nauseous after 2 rides on a massive pendulum ride, and I'm usually not that good with flat rides that spin, so yeah, I was very fucking close to puking, but I still had to give a review for Villa's video, so I was trying to tell how intense it is, and And his final question is, would you ever consider returning to Planet Coaster with the new mods available, or for a potential sequel? I'm not considering returning to the first game, just because first of all my computer can run it, but I'm also not a fan of it anymore because of no limits. I would just not be satisfied with my creations there anymore. Maybe for a sequel, they really fucking need to upgrade it, especially the coaster builder, otherwise I wouldn't. Especially because I only used Planet Coaster for building coasters. I was never a fan of making theme parks. I would rather do Roller Coaster Tycoon for that. Swiss Coaster Enthusiast wants to know, what are your top 3 bucket list coasters in Europe right now? I am very fucking bad at choosing bucket list coasters, but I think it might be number 1 Zadra, number 2 Fly, and number 3 Untamed, but I'm really not sure. The cool thing is though that I plan on riding 2 of those coasters in 2 months time, so that's awesome. How do you manage to place memes in your videos so perfectly but stay 100% serious? I mostly think of the memes doing editing. When I record, I just speak from my heart like I normally would speak, I guess. And then when I edit, I was like, oh wait, I know what can go in here. This might be funny, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. But how would the video still stay serious? I'm not sure if they do, but yeah, I don't know. I guess if they still stay serious while having those memes in, I guess I just got lucky. I don't know. I pretty much just wing it whenever I do those memes. He also wants to know, I subscribed. You still big sad? Yes, because there are a lot more people who still need to subscribe. Charlie Pachel CBH wants to know, if you could pick any 3 new theme parks to visit and 3 parks to revisit, what would they be? For the new ones, it would easily be Cedar Point and Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. I'm really not sure about the 3rd one, but maybe Energylandia. I know it's not necessarily a very good theme park, but man, do I want to try that coaster collection. And for revisits, it's pretty easy. Europa Park, when they get their new Big Dipper, and just in general, that park is amazing. I really want to go back to Gardenland and especially Heidi Park because I remember my rides there so poorly. Ian Gaming wants to know, what is your least favorite coaster? That's gotta be Gold Mine, which is a small powered mine train made by a company called Cam Baby Cart. I tried it with the Traveling Fun Fair Tivoliland here in Denmark. This is just easily the most sketchy ass coaster I've ever ridden. I literally saw in between rides the operator go out and adjust the rails with his bare hands because they were not aligned correctly. That's how fucking sketchy it was. After a ride, they were literally not aligned, and he went out and fixed it and just operated it again. That, as well as the fact that it was hella painful, those laterals and the roughness just got me so bad that it literally felt like I was about to break my arm. It was horrible. UKA MHD wants to know, Phoenix or Lek Coaster? Well, I haven't ridden Lek Coaster, so I don't know, but pretty much everyone I talked to agreed that Lek Coaster is a hell of a lot more intense and better as well. Trimbreaks06 wants to know, how does Kingpin wipe? Well, since he's so big, I guess he's using a robot or just a really unfortunate assistant. Either that or he does like a dog and, you know, rubs his ass on the floor. Coaster Boy wants to know, are you ever going to Norway to check out Speed Monster and stuff like that? Definitely. I very much want to go to Tusenfryd, and, well, it could be next year, it could be in a few years, I really don't know. Absolutely want to go there. Especially if they get that new launched Gerstlauer invert. That sounds really exciting. That also brings us into the next question by The Guy. Can you visit some Norwegian parks? As said, I really want to visit Tusenfryd. I am not planning on visiting any other parks because I just wanted to be a quick trip to Oslo and then Tusenfryd and then back again. So unless one of their other parks gets something like huge and amazing, it's only Tusenfryd I'm planning to go to. And finally, our very last question by Jetski //:reverse/reverse/ is Piraten still the best coaster in Denmark? Not for me. Piraten is definitely more intense than Phoenix in regards to pretty much everything. Airtime forces and laterals are all more extreme on Piraten, but Phoenix is a much more complete package, a much better layout in my opinion. It has a lot more to offer, and because of that, I just think it's more fun. Not as intense, but it feels longer and has a lot more interesting elements. That's gonna do it for my 1,000 subscriber Q&A. Again, thank you so much to everyone who subscribed, and thank you to everyone who asked questions. Honestly, 38 questions, That's pretty incredible. If you want to get some more elaboration on some of my answers, make sure to ask me down in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited for this year. Otherwise, guys, I want to wish you a very good fucking day, and you know how I am with outros. Bye!